To be here updating you on what is happening on Matters News, and we start off right here as President Kenyatta has urged the global community to start viewing and engaging young people as an asset with current value and not as a future promise. Speaking on Tuesday evening at a State House during a virtual high-level meeting of the United Nations Generation Unlimited, Kenyatta said that the youth have unlimited potential to become change makers if properly nurtured and provided with the right opportunities.
In Africa, for instance, the education environment was created and nurtured to support production methods that were developed in the 1800s. This environment cannot support innovation, and that is why in Kenya we are investing and continue to invest in preparing our youth for a digital economy. Our DigiSchool program has provided over 1 million tablets to children in primary schools, and we are creating an environment that will nurture change makers of the Generation Unlimited. Equally important to position our youth to fit into the 21st century labor market is to adapt a competency-based curriculum and an assessment approach. And the aim is to ensure that our young people's competencies and skills are acquired that help them optimize their individual potentials.
And on Matters Health, medics in Embu County have issued a 7-day strike notice to their employer, Embu County government, outlining 4 grievances which they want addressed. Among them, delay in the release of their salaries for 2 months. While addressing the media in Embu, Dr. Dennis Mugambi, that is the chairman, Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentist Union, Upper Eastern Region, said that the medics have also stagnated in their current job groups for over 10 years without promotion, causing serious harm to the medics in the region.
Mwenyezi Mungu, unajua tuko na familia zetu, tuko na maboma Mwenyezi Mungu ya kulisha, lakini hawa watu wa Embu County Mwenyezi Mungu ile kitu tungependa kuambia wananchi wa Embu County ni kwamba sisi kama madaktari tunawapenda sana. Tunapenda watoto wenyu, tunapenda kila mtu. Tunajua ndio wakati watu wako wagonjwa sana na COVID hapa Embu County. Watu wameanza kulemewa na mgonjwa mingi sana, lakini tunawaambia baada ya siku 7 hata mapenzi yetu tunawapenda kabisa, lakini muanze kutafuta huduma za afya kwa neighboring county, sababu Embu County hakuna daktari hata mmoja atakuwa anafanya kazi. Daktari wote wa Embu County watafunga hospitali zote. On Wednesday next week on 9 there shall be no work going on in Embu.
And 2 new Nyandarua administrative units have been unveiled, bringing to 9 sub-counties in the county. Nyandarua West has been split into 2 to form the new Ngano sub-county, while Nyandarua North has been split to form the new Aberdare sub-county. Now speaking while presenting the new DCCs at Shamata and Ngano trading centers, Central Regional Commissioner Wilfred Nyagangwa and leaders from the 2 areas said that this was a step forward towards bringing services to the people.
Inaitwa Aberdares ambayo imetolewa katika Nyandarua North. Itakuwa na itakuwa na divisions 2. Tuelewane wananchi ya hiyo areas waanze kujua services. We are the team working here. Usifikiri kama iko mchezo. Those people who are trying to start stealing those small animals, I mean kuku, goats, even chiefs must be very careful, kwa sababu siku ile
Political leaders in Trans Nzoia County have appealed to the president to resolve ongoing revenue sharing standoff for the sake of the service delivery and development in county governments. This is after the 12-member Senate committee failed to reach a consensus on the standoff. Boniface Baraza has the details.
According to Kwanza Ward MCA Sarah Lubano, who also sits in the County Budget and Appropriation Committee, the revenue sharing stalemate has made several counties to fail to deliver services to the electorates.
Fedha zimeishi bila kuja katika county, na ni kwa sababu ya mgao. Mheshimiwa wetu Moses Masika Wetangula, yeye ni co-chair wa hiyo ad hoc committee, na walikuwa watoe uamuzi mzuri ule ambao unaweza saidia kila mwananchi. Mimi kama kiongozi wa kwanza, katika mawazo yangu ninafikiria ingekuwa tu 1 man, 1 vote and 1 shilling. Hiyo itasaidia sana wakaaji wote wa Kenya, kwa sababu ya vile maeneo ambayo tulioko ni maeneo ambayo iko na watu wengi sana.
Kwanza, Member of Parliament Ferdinand Wanyonyi holds similar opinion, where he argues development in counties has been greatly affected in the devolved units.
For Senate, they have about 10 sessions. 10 sessions, and are not able to agree. Kama meshindwa, I think you should go to National Assembly to be able to finish this, because it has taken too long and people are suffering. And tunawakilisha watu.
Wanyonyi also wants the third general formula on 1 vote, 1 shilling to be adopted for the sake of populous devolved units.
For me, and I think the formula should be 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. Yeah, we don't want to give out money to the trees. Our area, the area kubwa. Okay, they will come up with the social equalization fund, which we can be able to do that. So, Mheshimiwa, that is the formula.
They were speaking at Goseta Boys Secondary School in Kwanza constituency during the launch of Lightning Arrester. Bonfas Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Now, a 55-year-old man has been living at a hotel in Eldoret town for the last 6 months, hiding from his family in Bungoma due to what he alleges as domestic violence. Wilberforce Murunga, who comes from Bungoma County, says he is fearing for his life following several incidences of domestic violence from his wife and his in-laws. To live in the USA is now living in fear and says he has been bitten several times.
My name is Wilberforce Murunga. I'm a resident of Community Kitale County. As I speak this time, I'm actually speaking when my heart is crushed, because I happen to be now in exile in my own country when I'm supposed to be at home within the confines of my home, either looking after my animals. And the reason why I'm in exile is because of my estranged wife. This has put me through a lot of agony as a parent, as a father. And many times, whenever she will come, whenever I would ask her where she's coming from, the reply will be, she will become violent in the home. At times, even when she's away, her phone is switched off for 2 days. It will only actually be on as soon as she steps in the compound. I've gotten threats from unknown callers, some of them I believe who have been sent by the very woman. I've been threatened with death. I'm now in exile. I'm not staying in my home.
Now, the ongoing health worker strike in Tana River County has continued to render patients stranded, with patients now forced to seek medical attention from private hospitals in the area. Expectant women seem to be bearing the heavy brunt, with most now opting for home deliveries due to lack of attention. Tana River County Union of Nurses Secretary General Damon Kwara has, however, insisted that the caregivers will continue to down their tools, accusing the county government of ignoring their cry. The health practitioners are agitating for promotions, salary increments, and sufficient equipment for handling COVID-19 cases, among other demands.
Ni wakungaji kalkacha ambao saa hii bibi ya daktari ya mwenyewe hapa nimepelekwa Malindi, nimejifungua huko, ndio nimeleta saa hii mwingine mgonjwa nimepelekwa hospitali ya Sia, saa hii nakimbilia huko.
Kuna tatizo magari ya kubeba mgonjwa mahututi, madawa na vifaa za kufanya kazi. Huwezi andika askari kazi alafu bila bunduki na risasi umwambie askari ya polisi aende kazi, itakuwa ni vigumu. Kwa hivyo hawa wauguzi hapa katika hospitali ya Ola wanakosa mbinu, vifaa za kufanyia kazi ndio changamoto. Baada ya kulipwa pesa, vifaa za kufanyia kazi ndio tatizo, sababu Mgonjwa ameletwa hivi asubuhi, tukiingia tumepatana na mgonjwa anatolewa na gari ya kubeba mgonjwa mahututi kumwelekeza Malindi. Sababu ya nini? Hapa hakuna vifaa ambayo muuguzi anaweza hudumia naye mgonjwa wa Tana River.
Ni vizuri kujua kwamba tumekuwa na shida katika sekta ya afya hapa Tana River. Kitu cha kwanza, tunajua kwamba mishahara haijalipwa pamoja na ile marupurupu ya kuhusiana na training ama mafunzo ya ugonjwa ili janga ambalo limekuja la corona. Kwa hivyo tumesikitika, maana yake tumefanya mawasiliano kwa serikali kwa muda mrefu sasa kuhusiana na kwamba watu wetu wanaenda katika mikutano, wanapewa makaratasi na wanaweka sahihi ya kwamba wamelipwa zile pesa, lakini ukija mashinani utakuta kwamba zile pesa hawajalipwa.
And in Busia County, government has issued a warning to contractors who perform substandard work or fail to carry out their assignment or as contracted. Busia Deputy Governor Moses Mulomi say that he will not hesitate to fire reckless contractors. He added that the county will continue to provide necessary equipment to residents in the fight against COVID-19.
Wakati tulianza kufuatilia mambo ya barabara, ilionekana kiwazi ya kwamba wale contractors wanaohusika ambao hawafanyi kazi yao vizuri lazima tuwawekee kando. Na ikiwa kuna contractors wanafanya kazi vizuri, sisi tunahakikisha ya kwamba wanapatiwa nafasi ya kueleza kazi na kusaidia wananchi.
ECD niliweka pesa, niliweka milioni 2.4 kutengeneza ECD class 2. Moja ilikuwa itengenezwa hapa na nyingine itengenezwa kule Hainga. Tulipatia contractor na mpaka saizi kweli hajarudi kazini. Hiyo tenda ilikasoliwe, wapatie mtu mwingine akuja jitengee nini? Class. Shida nyingine ambayo iko hapa kwa hospitali yetu hapa ni kwamba tumepewa contractor kutujengea septic tank na mwingine incinerator. Miaka 2 imeisha, hawa watu hawajakuja site. Tukitoka hapa hawa watu wanyang'anywe kazi, wapewe watu wengine.
And stall police houses at Kigumo Police Station are set for completion. This is after Deputy Inspector General of Police Edward Mbogwa promised to facilitate the completion of police staff houses at the station before the end of October. The police boss was accompanied by Area Member of Parliament Ruth Mwaniki and Muranga County Police Commander Mr. Josephat Kinyua.
The Deputy Inspector General of Police Edward Mbogwa said the 2-bedroom units have stalled for more than 3 years after the project lacked funding from the national government, forcing the officers to live in dilapidated buildings at the station. The Deputy IG further said the police service will not embark on establishing new stations but complete the existing ones which have stalled.
This project was started by Mr. Matiang'i, and we allocated adequate money to complete these buildings. But before the building could be completed, the financial year came to an end. All the money was returned to the treasury, and there is no other way the building could be completed. And I decided to come here. I told her I'll come here and find out exactly where the project stalled, what we can be able to do to complete the project. Mheshimiwa is intending to put up a police station here. But I have told her, why should we start a police station whereas we have other buildings, residential buildings, which are not complete? Let us first complete the stalled buildings before we commence building the police station.
The Area Member of Parliament Ruth Mwaniki promised to partner with the police service in completion of the stalled houses, new offices and cells through CDF funding. This in an effort to ensure locals get services without challenges.
In nature of government resources, we are determined to work with the National Police Service through the Kenya Police, the DIG's office, and all of the other offices, including people of goodwill, to ensure that we complete the residential houses that we had started for our police officers.
Muranga County Police Commander Josephat Kinyua on his part loaded multi-agency approach in tackling insecurity in the area, saying the rate of crime in the sub-county has gone down.
Hii county officers wale tuko nao wako committed, kama vile umesikia wengine wamenena, kuanzia MCA mpaka MP na wenzetu ambao ni wa national government. We are committed kuanzia tunafanya kama multi-agency, that is DCI, SIPO and the national government, na pia the society, the way they are, we act together, because without information, we cannot do anything.
Dennis Otieno, TV47.
Now, 76-year-old tunnel believed to have been built by Italian prisoners of war between 1940 and 1944 has been discovered at the Mau Forest. The 6-kilometer-long tunnel has attracted the attention of locals from the nearby villages who have never heard about the little-known tunnel.
Deep inside the Mau Forest lies an untold world of history, hidden below its sweeping landscape. The brick-lined arc tunnel, designed by British rulers, is said to have been built in the 1940s during World War II. The deserted tunnel is now a harbor to birds, owls, thick darkness and flooded floors, and only the brave ones can access.
Ilikuwa na chungwa kabisa mpaka inasaviswa nje. Kila asubuhi sasa maaskari wale walikuwa naajiriwa kazi, sasa walikuwa naenda kuangalia kama kuna kitu imekanyanga huko ama mtu. Baada ya makabili kuna watu walikuwa naingia huko,
kwa sababu hiyo ni kitu ya miaka mingi sana. Hatuwezi jua ilikuwa ya nini, lakini hiyo ya miaka mingi sana. Iko tu na karumu, unakaa kama karumu huko ndani.
Locals who have accessed the tunnel are now inscribing their names on the walls as a sign of travel conquest. Now a habitat to owls and birds, no one wants to spend too much time there as the sounds of the mammoths scares one away.
Ndani iko section 1, unaenda unainama, section ya pili, section ya 3 unaenda unaisimama, alafu iko karibu section mpaka 10. Na huko mbele imeporomoka.
Kuna ngazi ya kutokea kwa ile shimo ya mwisho. Ilikuwa imewekwa ngazi 7. Ya juu ni paranda ya kupumuzikia, ni kama meza hivi. Tulikuwa tukiingia, hata watu kutoka mbali, Nyahururu, Kiambu, wapi, walikuwa nakuja tu kwa watoto wa shule, wanafunzi. Walikuwa nakuja naingia huko. Na ni kama hii jamii ya Ogieko walikuwa naongoza, kwa sababu watu walikuwa waoga wakiingia shimo yenye maji.
Locals believe the tunnel might have been constructed by Italian war prisoners as well as Kenyan slaves, and believe the tunnel could have held many secrets unknown to many, but seems it is an unfamiliar territory whose history is not well documented.
Hiyo shimo inatakana serikali watuundie kurekebisha, juu tunaona inaweza kuwa benefit kwa serikali juu ya tourism attraction. Wasungu wakikuja hapa wanakuja kulearn kitu hapa, pia watoto wetu wanajua hii kitu vile imeumba, hata inashangaza. Hata sisi vile tumeona tu inatushangaza, walilima miaka ngapi mpaka mahali imefika mpaka sasa.
Locals now want the place to be converted to a cultural and historic center for the good of the community living around.
Well, interesting and beautiful ministry right there. Thank you so much, Mwangi Maina, for the same. Now let's cross over to some bit of matters. Accountability, and Trans Nzoia Governor Patrick Haemba is currently before the Senate County Public Accounts and Investment Committee to answer queries on financial year 2016 and 2017 expenditure for the county. Let's cross over to the Senate and listen in.
It's really what will help us mitigate this issue. Thank you.
I'll go to, we've now, the effectiveness of internal controls, manage risk. We covered on page 13, we covered 2.1, but there's one area I want to cover, so we clear that area and then go back to any other matters arising on the question of ICT. Information technology and internal control.
Thank you, Chair. That is item number 1 on that section. Information technology, IT, internal control. Audit review of the County Executive ICT Department revealed that the department does not have an approved ICT strategy committee, strategic plan, and an IT steering Committee to oversee the county IT assets. There was also no formal documented and tested emergency procedure in place, approved disaster recovery and business continuity plans. Further, formal approved user account management policy with users having unique username together with proper air conditioning of the server room were not in place. Consequently, the county executive may not be able to continue normally in case of a disaster, and the ICT assets of the county executive are also not secured. Thank you.
Governor.
Apart from that, the completion of Mau Mau Road network is expected to boost trade between the counties the road will traverse in the Mount Kenya and Rift Valley regions. In Etetu, Nyeru County, farmers say the 109 kilometers road will make ferrying of farm produce easy, noting that most goods have been rotting in farms during the rainy season due to poor road network.
Kutoka Nyahururu kwenda Naivasha is almost 80 or 100 kilometer. Now, hii kukatia hapa Abadeas kwenda Kinangop, pahali kuna ile hospitali inaitwa ya Ng'othi, Kijambe, na ndio tunapelekanga wagonjwa wetu sana sana, tunapitia hii ya Nairobi, ni about 60 kilometers. Kwa hivyo iko na faida sana.
Tulikuwa na shida nyingi juu hiyo mazao ya kilimo yenye tunalima kuipadisha, hata maziwa tunakulima, hata ng'ombe na maziwa itoki huko. Kiwa gari kikwama huko na kuna utelezi kwa barabara, huwezi kapeleka Igororo. Na dairyment iko pale Igororo na ni mbali, ni kama kilomita 4. Sasa ukiwa na garani mbili ya lita 9 huwezi enda.
Catholic Church has denied relief to the road contractors, and so my appeal is that the leadership should sit down of this constituency plus the management of Kenya should sit down and seriously consider tarmacking the 3 kilometers, because it's very shameful that we have tarmacked all over, but the stretch that connects this place to where Nyeri High is and Kamoja Teachers College, which is less than 3 kilometers, is left untarmacked.
Globally, more on the economy of many countries, especially the tourism sector. Kenya's coast region, which largely depends on tourism, has not been spared by the pandemic, with massive job losses for thousands of people. However, one woman from Kilifi County has beaten all odds by empowering over 50 women in the conservation of mangroves trees through ecotourism-free tree planting. Let's take a look.
Meet Arafa Salim Baya, a renowned conservationist. Baya, who has been doing conservation for the last 16 years, together with a group of women, has set up nurseries of mangrove trees to cover areas that were destroyed by loggers.
Mali lindwe, lazima tutafute miradi endelevu ambayo tutafaidika kama jamii, tutafaidika kama mama na vijana wa Mida Creek.
According to the ecotourism group, tourism and conservation go hand in hand.
Kitu ambacho kilitupata kwa mshtuko mkubwa wakati janga hili la corona lilipoanza. Janga hili la corona limetuathiri kama wamama kwa sababu ilifikia wakati ufadhili ukasimamishwa. Imefikia wakati hoteli tunataka tuendeleze, wageni wamepotea. Imefikia wakati tunataka tufaidike na ile tamaa tuliyokuwa nao katika hii mradi, kila kitu kikaa kimemalizika.
However, just like many, the group's efforts have been heavily affected by the pandemic, but Baya says their resilience will continue to keep their efforts alive in a bid to make a better tomorrow for the future generations.
Tulisimama wima, tumeng'ang'ana, na pale tumefikia mradi huu bado tuna harakati ya kuumaliza, lakini saa hii tayari ukitembea Mida Creek utapata nafasi ya kuona kile kitu ambacho tumekuja nacho hapa Mida Creek, ikiwa ni mandhari tofauti, ni vitu tofauti unaweza kujionea ambavyo havikuwa wakati huo wa nyuma Mida Creek.
Zainab Mohamed, TV47.
And we now get sporty as J28